So this what y'all been waiting on. Air Jordan 4 Retro. This is the white cement 2025 colorway. Let's go. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 4s to look at. Air Jordan 4 Retro. Now this is that white cement colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this sneaker does come in what you would expect from like any other Air Jordan 4 box. Now on the box lid, it is all black here. Smack dead in the middle, you do have the red Jordan Jumpman logo with the header white with the flight branding. If you do a 360 around the box, you will notice that they did give us that red Nike Air branding here and on this side as well. The bottom portion of the box, it is all gray, but they did give us the hit of the black paint blotches. And if you do look up underneath the bottom portion of the box, it is all gray. Now you do have some Nike copyright information and branding here in white. And then you do also have the red Jordan Jumpman logo there with the flight branding. For those that do care about that, there you go. Now the box label on the sneaker does read Air Jordan 4 Retro. The colorway says Summit White and then Fire Red. So when you do open the box, now up underneath there is this hit of red. Now I don't see like any stamps or anything like that to, notate. Inside the box you are met with this white wax paper here, and if you look closely it does have like, the paint blotches like it does like on the exterior of the box. The sneaker did come double wrapped, and they did give us this white wax paper here on the inside. Other than that, you are met with the sneaker itself. As I look around the box, I don't really see like any stickers or anything on the inside. So let me move that out the way. But yeah, man, this is a solid sneaker. Definitely glad to get this one in the collection. Now, we have seen this before. This sneaker has retro quite a few times. The last time it actually was released was back in 2016. And I do have those in my collection, so I'll give y'all a quick comparison toward the end of the video. But the sneaker does look like what you would expect from like any other Air Jordan 4 as far as like, the overall build. The upper portion of the sneaker is pretty much like, all leather. And then like you do have some nightline mesh here up underneath these this rib cage in here. And that's pretty much it. Again, we've seen this before. Air Jordan 4 sneakers are like, pretty popular. This one is no different. This is definitely one of the OGs. So definitely had to spin the block and get this one again. But we're not going to take too long on this one, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. And again, this is the Air Jordan 4 Retro white cement. This is the 2025 version. So we're going to take a look at the right sneaker like we always do on the channel. Now from first observation, let me move the tag out the way. The sneaker does look like what you would expect from like any other Air Jordan 4. On the lateral side of the sneaker, they do have white stitching going along the panels here. Smack dead in the middle, you do have this white rib cage in here, and then it does have the hit of the white nylon mesh there up underneath for the cutout. They did go ahead and give us this triangular wing in this gray color here, and they did give us the black paint blotches, and that's standard with this particular sneaker. They did give us these black lace crowns here going towards the midsole of the sneaker. You do kind of have like a two-part midsole. They did give us the hit of gray here, and then the white. The gray does have like, the black paint blotches as well. Coming up from up underneath, you do kind of have like this rubber situation here in black. And then if you look closer, you do have your cutout there for the air bubble. And that's pretty standard from, with any other Air Jordan 4 sneaker. And then that's pretty much it for the lateral side. Now switching gears, going to the front toe box area of the sneaker, you are met with more of that white smooth leather here. They did go ahead and give us this hit of white for the mud guard on the sneaker. White stitching is pretty consistent throughout the entire sneaker itself. The upper portion of the toe box, you do have more of that white rib material that you do see like on the lateral or medial side of the sneaker. And of course it does have, have the hit of the nylon mesh there. The sneaker itself did come pre-laced. They did give us these flat white laces here. There isn't like a secondary lace option or anything. That rib netting material and nylon mesh does come up about 3/4 of the way of the tongue here. The upper portion of the tongue, it is all white, and they did give us that hit of leather, but they did give us this white tag and this mesh material. But you do have the red Jordan Jumpman logo with the black flight branding. The back of the tongue is all black, but they did give us this white tag here, and if you look closely, it does have that Air Jordan text there in red. The inside of the sneaker, now I'm not going to pull it out, but if you look closely, it does have that hit of black, and they did give us that red Nike Air branding. And that's pretty much for the front portion. Now going towards the medial side of the sneaker, pretty much what you expect from any other Air Jordan 4. So you do have this triangular wing going towards the back and that hit of gray, speckled paint blotches, and then you do have more gray hits over on this side here for the midsole. Again, you do have this hit of all white leather, and they did give us the black laces, the black lace crowns over on this side as well. And then you do have the hit of the black rubber up going towards the front toe area, and then you do have that hit of white with the cutoff for the air bubble on this side as well. And that's pretty much it for the medial side. Now going towards the rear, they did give us this Nike Air branding again, this gray tab here. They did go ahead and give us these black paint blotches here, and then other than that, you are met with more of that white leather, and then they do have some more white stitching, and then of course you can see more of the midsole on this side as well too. So you do have the hit of gray, and then you do have the hit of white, and that's pretty much it for the rear. But the bottom portion of the sneaker, pretty much your standard Air Jordan 4 build. Now you do have herringbone traction going throughout the entire bottom. You do have a hit of gray and red up here going towards the toe. The mid portion has the hit of black, and they did give us this hit of white for the middle. And then if you look closer, you do have your red Nike Air branding, and that's pretty much it on this sneaker. The left sneaker is pretty consistent with the right. Everything on this one is pretty much the same. They didn't switch up like any branding or anything. It's just the same as the other sneaker. But let me move this one out the way for a second. So this here is the 2016 version. Now, in my opinion, if I were to compare the two, I definitely like this version a little bit better, and I just feel like it's because the leather on this one is a little bit more premium to the touch. Now, I'm not the one, when it comes to the materials, I can't tell you which is greater. It's just that this one is a little bit more textured and tumbled. So it does to me, to the eye, looks like, more premium. I do feel like the rib netting on this one is a little bit smaller as far as like the cutouts, but the nylon mesh showing up underneath is a little bit different. The white laces look to be a little bit different on this one. Is it the same? It's probably the same. It's just probably because it is like a different in size, and like this one is actually a size 14, and this one is a size 13. But it does look like the laces over here are a little bit more white and high quality in my opinion. One thing that is a little bit different, if you look closely, I try to hold them close together, but the Jordan Jumpman logos on the tongue looks completely different. This one looks a little bit more chubby, this one, and then the arm is a little bit skinnier on this one, and then this one looks to be more to spec with the Jordan branding. But in my opinion, and then the tags are a little bit different. This one, they kind of gave us that hard Jordan Air tag, but I think I like this one a little bit better. But again, I feel like they should have gave us a Nike Air branding on this one, just like they did with this sneaker. I do feel like the black paint blotches on the sneaker, I don't know if I can get those, but I do feel like that looks a little bit better on the 2024 pair. But yeah, man, small subtle differences. I don't know, I may go ahead and do a comparison video for you guys, just so I can highlight more differences. And then the tag on the back, of course, that looks a little bit different, but I do feel like I like this pair, the 2016, a little bit better as far as like the tag too. Overall, I'm going with the 2016 pair, but yeah, man, this one right here is pretty solid. But I definitely want to thank the vendor who actually gifted the sneaker to review on the channel for you guys. But I definitely encourage you to stay engaged like always. I can be reached on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm gonna hit you guys with a 360 and a B-roll like I always do. But again, there you go. Air Jordan 4 Retro, white cement. And again, this is that 2025 colorway. So there's the front of the sneaker. Lateral side of the right. Lateral side of the left. There's your bottom. There's the medial side of the sneaker. And then there's the rear. But yeah, man, I thank you guys for taking the time to tune in. Like always, if you guys do have any questions or anything you might want to point out that I missed, definitely feel free to leave that down below. I'm always here for the engagement. But until next time, see you later.